dark, medium. And I'm not going to have you work with any specific light source like a highlight or a light overhead or bright sunlight. But what I would like you to do on the paper that you're bringing for me is to add color to these to show me more reinforcement of depth. So this would be, let's say this is going to be dark red here, light red here, and medium red here. If I were to put the colors on it this way, what would I be saying? Where's the sun going to be? The sun would be up here, over here. Not on top, because this is dark, so the sun would have to be over here, light, medium, and the area farthest away from light is the dark edge. Light does not travel around corners. That's why, if any of you have ever been in a photographic dark room, sometimes they don't use doors. They just have hallways that go in and turn left and then turn right and come right around yourself. They don't even need doors. They don't even need curtains. It can be done like that because light does not travel around corners. Okay? What I would like you to do, let's see, okay, you may start working on your homework now, but when I take you to lunch in 5 minutes, I would like you to leave your triangle on your desk and your ruler and the eraser. Okay? Magnetic?
No, it did it. Yes. Do we have to necessarily draw them this big?
Again, that question, Mrs. Pagano said you do not have to draw them 4 inches. Yes, you may if you'd like to. You can also draw 6 of them for me, or 8, or 12. Okay? Now what you did here, so you came back 4 inches. This should be back 2 inches. This one's correct. So down 2, put a dot and drop it. Okay? Those are good. That's fine. Okay, this one's correct. That one's correct. But you came down 4 inches here instead of 2 inches. Okay? Not really. No. Now remember that I am going to be collecting this work. If you think you have an excellent memory, you may leave today's paper here on the drying rack. But if you think that you should be taking today's work home with you to use as reference material, you may certainly do that. Are there any questions?
Do we have to bring today's work tomorrow too?
Now remember, I'm asking for it in color. Any colors, they can all be red or they can be different colors. But shh, 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 listen up. Yes, I do want them colored, but be very careful. Don't fall into the trap of coloring. I don't want the front red and the top blue and the side green.
Do they have to be 2 inches? No, they can be
Any size. Okay, you've got 3 minutes now. Decide what you're going to do, and I will be bringing you to lunch about 11 after, at which time you should have these papers either on the drying rack or folded up in your book.
Doesn't matter which way they fold it.
Okay, you know what? Do you think that's a square?
I'm going to make it into
2.
2.
No.
Do I have to make like the building idea first to
Yes.
get it?
Yeah. Good questions are coming, please. Do I have to use a vanishing point? Yes. 1 vanishing point. Don't do a new vanishing point for each square. I want 1 vanishing point used for as many squares that you're turning into cubes for me. Now Now, the only problem with these, how are you going to, where's your vanishing point going to be? Okay, now when you try and draw this. Okay, good. Okay, at this point of time, please fold your papers up. Leave materials on your desks. Do what?
I make 3D writing.
I would like to see that sometime. Let's measure this. This is 5.5.
What do you do, Dave?
And that's...
Go ahead. Go that way. You'll go that way. All right. Now, oh, Ian, you didn't forget us. Good. All right. Come. Come. No, don't look at your feet. You never look at your feet. You always look up here. The only time you can look at your feet is when you're at the stage and you're gathering up your beautiful gown. You're gathering up your beautiful gown. Lift it up or you're going to trip. And you girls go this way. Okay, that's much better. A little more flow to that. And then you stand, no, right across the line, a line. Okay, so that you're up here. And you're going to be in little groups. And you're going to have a little conversation. You're going to talk about the queen and what she's going to be doing. And we haven't, the dialogue isn't in yet. But basically, this is about where you're going to stand. All on the front, on the apron. See where the boards divide there? This is the apron, the front part of the stage. This little lip that was built on. All right, that's the apron. Stay on the apron of the stage. All right, and then we're going to draw this to a close, this little segment of the play, and the lights will go out, the spotlight will go off, and we're going to have a blackout. Total blackout. During this blackout, someone will be in the back of the curtain, all right, and they will open a place in the center, and you will fade out there very quickly, and you'll fade through the sides, all right, right there. All right, go into the wings now. Go into the wings, right into the side wings, all right, and you're done. And that's the very first thing that we're going to start with in Act 2, right? All right, Mrs. Gall? All right, we're going to do that in Act 2. Okay, you people, you're done. If that's all you're in, you're done, okay? All right, that's that segment, and we'll get the dialogue later. Now let's take, is Kristen here? Kristen Moreski and McDonald and Super Brain. Let's get that one done.
Anything else so I can leave?
Yes. Okay. Now this is from, good girl. All right. Now once again, the curtain is going to be open. And you're going to come on in a blackout, okay? All the lights are going to be off. Make sure you're in front of this front teaser, all right? Make sure you're in front of the front teaser. You're going to come out during the blackout. You're going to get yourself as far down on the apron as possible. Not that far down. I don't want you to fall off the stage. Just so that the audience, so you'll be able to project to the audience a little better, all right? You can project. I know you can. Don't save it all for the last night, okay? I want the stage manager on book. Do you have your script? You have your script. You have them all memorized? Everything is memorized. All yours is memorized? Okay, let it go. All right, hands out of your pockets. And suddenly, the lights come up. First word? Who has the first word?
I think they're wrong. Even if the EIEIO is coming, they can still use Wizard Woman or Super Brain. They've got brain power.
Yeah, that's all right for like crossword puzzles and like that. But when you need real power, you need muscle power.
You iron hoopers, that's all you care about, muscle power. You never think about thinking.
That's not true. I think every day, huh? I
No,
set
no, no.
aside-
You can't back her up, okay? If you go toward her, be prepared for her to turn around and get aggressive with you. That's a very aggressive behavior. So you can stand there and shake your finger at her. I think, and you can do it like that. But once you, you can't invade her space, okay? You have to give her that space. The only time that you invade her space, or she invades yours, is when she's pounding on your chest, when she's really angry. Okay? You can give yourself a little, if you want movement, turn this way and say, I think. You can give yourself, you have a playing area, all right? You have a playing area that's, a couple yards either way. But once you get too far over, Richard, you're very overpowering, and it makes her, it makes her have to back up, and you don't want that. She will, but her part does not call for her to push you at this time. Okay? I want you to just take it from the very beginning when the scene opens up, and you open the scene. So you have to be extremely, you energize, you set the tone for the entire thing. All right? So you have to start right up, boom, and hit it, smack it, okay? Just get to your full attention and let the adrenaline flow so that you can really get the energy in here, all right? Even if you have to start out by I don't think you're right, by shouting or something, just get it flowing. Okay, go ahead.
I think they're wrong. Even if the EIEIO is coming, they could still use Wizard Woman or Super Brain. They've got brain power.
Yeah, that's all right for crossword puzzles and like that. But when you got a real problem on your hands, you need muscle power.
You iron hoopers, that's all you think about, muscle power. You never think about thinking.
Hey, that's not true. I think every day. I set aside 10 minutes every day and think.
About what?
New exercises.
Byron, there's more to life than exercises.
It's a very funny thing for an athletic instructor to say. If I were you, I'd be ashamed to show my muscles in the locker room.
There's nothing the matter with my muscles.
Yeah, right.
Feel that.
No, I don't want it.
Go ahead, feel it.
Whoa. Pretty good. For a girl.
What's the matter with girls?
Nothing. When they act like girls.
And how is a girl supposed to act?
Soft, sweet, delicate. She shouldn't go around flexing things. And when there's a problem, she should just be weak and need protection.
Oh wait, I forgot my line.
All right, now when you're on stage, you can't say, whoops, I forgot my line. You have to go with it, even if you have to make it up. All right, now at this point, you're giving all your dialogue is going right to him. It can't go all to him because we're going to lose it. People on this side of the audience won't be able to hear what you're saying. So you look at him to engage him in the conversation, and there's nothing wrong with looking away. I can engage you in conversation. I don't have to hold eye contact every second for you to know that I'm still talking to you. And you can say, and what's the matter with thinking? And the same with you. I think. I set aside, make that very, very distinct. And when you say to her, for a girl, the for a girl comes right out to the audience, and and you can't mumble it, for a girl. It has to be, the audience has to know what you're saying. For a girl. It can be your little thing with the audience, but it has to be distinct, all right? Do you know where you are now? Start off with that thing, with the for a girl thing. Do you know your lead-in line? What's the lead-in for that?
The muscle.
Oh, all right, that's a good place.
Go ahead, feel it.
Wow. Pretty good. For a girl.
And what's the matter with girls?
Nothing. They act like girls.
How is a girl supposed to act?
Soft. Sweet. Delicate. She shouldn't go around flexing things. When there's a problem, she should be weak and need protection.
I didn't believe there were any men like you left.
It's pretty weak, but it's still too aggressive. Oh!
I am a woman and an athletic instructor, and I can think, and that's why you hate
Okay,
me,
let's
right?
stop it right here. Number one, you're not doing anything that I said. You're giving everything right to the side, and all people can see is the left side of your face. If they're over here, they get the front. Over here, people can see the back of your head only. Okay? I'm a woman, and if that's all that you can say, turn and let other people see your face. Also, when you hit him, I told you have to go through and you have to use your upstage hand. You use your downstage hand, and they can see where you're hitting. You use your upstage hand, and you go right between his arm and his side. Okay, it's got to be upstage. Try that, just that punch. And you cannot laugh. All right, but follow through on it. Let's see it go in there. And he's just going to go just a little bit just to react because he's too macho, you know, to be upset by this. All right? All right. Once again.
I am a woman and an athletic instructor,
Tell me.
and I can think, and that's why you hate me.
Tell
right?
me.
Just turn this way the whole time?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm a woman and an athletics instructor, but I can think, and that's why you're mad at me. You can tell it out here. You don't have to look at him every second. You look at him to engage his attention, and then you deliver out here, okay? Now get it with the punch again, and when you go to punch him, you're mad. Right up to him, and hit him good, okay?
Oh, that's pretty weak, but it's still too aggressive. Oh!
I am a woman and an athletic instructor, and I can think, and that's why you hate me, right?
Right. I could like you
Oh?
if you just sit in a corner and be pretty. You're equipped for that.
And I could like you if you were the last of the muscles on Earth.
All right, we're losing that last. You're not distinct. And I could like you. And think about it. Let your facial expression, you know, tell us what it is that you're going through, you know, and then scream it out to him if you were the last set of muscles on Earth. Okay, just take that, the thing. And don't rock, don't sway. If you're going to walk deliberately. And then stand, and then, you know, just don't get into the habit of swaying back and forth. Okay? Either, you know, otherwise you look like a nervous kind of paranoia or something. Okay, go ahead.
And I could
Do
like-
it from the stamp. And get it. You've got to know. If number one, that was nowhere near him. Number two, it was not nearly aggressive enough. Once again, upstage foot, stamp him right on beside his, and the audience cannot tell. All right, upstage foot, stamp right on the back side of it. Upstage side, upstage side.
What?
The upstage side.
Yeah?
Yeah, but only not like that. It's got to look like you're stamping on him. This is upstage, okay? You just, now he gets nervous, see? Because you come close to it. And nobody can see that you haven't hit him, that you haven't really mushed his foot up. All right, go ahead.
I am a woman and an athletic instructor, and I can think, and that's why you hate me, right?
Right. I could like you
Oh?
if you just sit in a corner and be pretty. You're equipped for that.
And I could like you if you were the last set of muscles on Earth.
Okay, we're losing that set of muscles, you know. If you're a last term, you can't mumble it. It's got to be articulate. Right. Distinct. Go ahead.
And I could like you if you were the last set of muscles on Earth. I'd just like to remind you, Mr. Byron.
No. Go all the way off and turn just as you're going to leave, and then, now turn and deliver it.
I'd just like to remind you, Mr. Byron Seps, that the brain is a